Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Blake Saraga, and I'm joined here by Connor Tomolty. This is going to kick off the afternoon slate right now. We have the Blackhawks versus the Maple Leafs. And Connor, what are we expecting in this match? We have two teams with a lot of star power, some good goaltending, and a lot of defense. Who are you looking to come on top on this match? And what key players are we going to focus on here?
Well, the guys that I'm going to look at is probably Preston Potter, the name that you and I have been saying a lot in this tournament. Preston Potter can very much easily give you a multi-goal performance or multi-point performance, and he plays on a really strong line with Pouliot and Boucher, who have good, really developed chemistry in this one. On the other side, I'm looking at guys like Anand Charon and Keyshawn Cameron, who can provide a spark for the Blackhawks. Unfortunately, the standings are pretty much set. It doesn't matter who wins this game. The Leafs and the Blackhawks have their position set. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I can get the classmen for us or the standings in just a moment. But yeah, that's who I'm looking at. We have really two good, strong goaltenders. We have Mathieu, number 41 for the Leafs in the net over there, and number 40 for the Blackhawks on the other side. That's going to be Dante Brezzi, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is, who's going to be between the pipes for the Blackhawks.
We have a face-off here won by the Maple Leafs. That was Boucher on the face-off for the Leafs with Guérin. Guérin passes it to his teammate, and there's Guérin flying down the ice. He has people with him. And number 23 there, one-time opportunity. That was a pass from Renat Charon to Guérin. Guérin wasn't able to get a stick on it. Now the Maple Leafs are in motion. Number 9 loses it. That was Bisson. Now Guérin with the shot, but he loses his stick here. Actually, we have a Maple Leaf who lost his stick, not Guérin. And Guérin is by himself behind the net. That was Lincoln Hart there, who now retrieves the puck. Number 8, Félix Bujold tries to get it to Guérin, and Guérin trying his best to do what he can here. Mathieu stops that with his pad. That was Bujold with the shot off the pad again and over the net. And the Maple Leafs desperately trying to get it out of their zone. They're being harassed right now by the Blackhawks. Great sliding save by Mathieu.
Well, Guérin is somebody that we should have been pointing out as well at the top of this matchup, because you see what he can do right there. He's dangerous. He can move around any player in his way. He's a good captain here for the Blackhawks. Right there, a very strong sequence and stellar goaltending by Mathieu, who's been really good at tracking the puck. He's a bit smaller than his cohort there, the taller Zagara, who is typically somebody who takes up a lot of the net. Mathieu just goes post to post and crosses his crease really well.
Yeah, and there's Jackson McCumber there who loses it. And Sudis, Heracles Sudis has it now for the Maple Leafs, circling behind the back end. And Pouliot there with the puck. He loses it, trips up JF Racine. And the ref is going to call that one, and Pouliot is going to go to the box.
Yeah, so just getting the stick in between the legs there of his opposition. I think his opposition man actually stepped on the stick, and that's for the reason why we get it here, was we get the fancy little chop here for us to indicate that there was a tripping call by this referee, who I said earlier does a good Marcel Marceau impression whenever he's identifying what the call is. So very quickly here, we're going to see the Blackhawks go on the power play. It's a good opportunity for them to try and get more shots on goal, which they've already generated early on in this matchup. Hopefully the special teams could be a deciding factor in this game, with two teams with a lot of speed and a lot of offensive prowess, but good solid defenders as well that can chase down pucks.
Exactly, and there's Guérin losing the face-off to Capolna. Capolna has really stepped up in these last couple of games for the Maple Leafs, and the Blackhawks giving the Leafs a lot of problems now. The power play being shorthanded is not helping for the Leafs, as a shot on net is errant. That shot looks like it was taken by McComber. Excuse me, that was actually Charon. Now the Leafs have control of it. Capolna leaves it for Zagara. Zagara, the big man, shoots it on net, and Capolna isn't able to tap it in off the rebound from the pad of the goalie, Dante Brezzi. And now the Blackhawks taking advantage of the power play here, looking to make something happen. Lacasse is there with Guérin. Guérin with his stick on the puck now, being harassed by Sudis, and Guérin looking for the cross crease. There's nothing there. Guérin has it again. And he finds Charon. Guérin, he's been all over the place in this first period. And the puck's in front of the net, tapped away by the Leafs, and Sudis clears it for the Maple Leafs, controlled by the goalie Brezzi. And here come the Blackhawks. That's Dylan Hug. Dylan Hug behind the Maple Leafs net. Dylan Hug being held into the corner there, and that's going to be a shot on net by Guérin. It looks like, that was JF Racine, blocked by the Leafs. Now that puck sails out of bounds.
Yeah, Tarjioff here was Tordrioff, the one that has the big glasses that you can see through his clear visor, is how I sort of identify him as a little bit of a smaller player, but he was in our teen tournament during the summer, and he was a really good player for this Blackhawks lineup. Again, he's got a good set of hands, as you see right there, helps win the draw.
Yeah, and that's Racine off the skate of Noah Bisson. Bisson looked like in a bit of pain right now with the ankle. It's tough blocking a puck with your skate. It always looks like a stinger when that happens. And that's a great clear. But unfortunately, Preston Potter unable to control that one. He goes behind the net of the Blackhawks. He's dangerous with the puck on his stick, and he dumps it off for a teammate. Nobody there. Boucher tries to collect it, but the Blackhawks get there first. That's JF Racine with the puck. He gives it up to number 19, Keishon Saint-Jacques. Saint-Jacques puts it behind the net for his teammate to collect, and they'll break the zone. James Lacasse now controlling it in his own zone for the Blackhawks. He comes up with speed. That's Dylan Hugg being challenged by Lincoln Hart. Hart doing a great job there, standing his ground, and Pouliot pressing the Chicago defense alongside Preston Potter. This line has been dominant so far in this tournament, doing a great job at playing defense in the offensive zone. And here come the Blackhawks. That's Bujold. Bujold with a shot on net off the post.
Felix Bujold, who is one of the bigger draft picks here by the Blackhawks in this tournament. We see why, is because that right-handed shot, he comes in and it's so quick when he snaps his wrist. It didn't even look like it got Mathieu got a piece of that one. His post bailing him out right there. The goaltender's best friend as Bujold. It was a blink and you miss it type of shot. Almost opened the scoring here as both teams are actually back to full strength once again.
Bujold wishes he'd have that one back. There's 20 for the Blackhawks. That's Dufour. Dufour gives it up to McComber. Excuse me, that was actually Charon. Lacasse doing it all. What a deke by James Lacasse. Tries to cross that one, collected by Zagara. Zagara is hard to get around for sure. A very big, solid defender, and that's James Lacasse again with it. Lacasse does a great job on defense, and here the Blackhawks might do something. That's Bujold. Bujold shoots off the blocker of Mathieu. And the Leafs need to get it out of their own zone here. The Blackhawks doing a great job at pressing. And there's Potter. He has Pouliot with him. Potter to Pouliot, and it's in. The one-time opportunity capitalized by Pouliot.
So right there, there's not much Dante Brezzi can do. It's really good patience here by Preston Potter, who just outweighs his defender who had the stick down, gets it across to Pouliot, and they've just had such a great chemistry, as we pointed out earlier in this broadcast. Actually, I did point out it was Boucher, but there is Pouliot who's in the mix there too. He's a fantastic playmaker who's helped a lot at the center position of trying to win the draws, but also those odd man rushes as you get right there. That's where the Maple Leafs can beat you. The Blackhawks look to be the bigger and the stronger opponent to start this game, but just like that, those odd man rushes are where the Leafs score a lot of their goals.
Yeah, and we talk about Potter a lot as a goal scorer, but we got to give credit to him there, putting the puck exactly where it needed to be for his teammate Pouliot, putting the puck right in the net past the goalie. And we have Boucher for the Maple Leafs. They're looking to score another one here quickly off the faceoff. Noah Bisson behind the net to Boucher, unable to control it. That's James Lacasse, plays big minutes for the Blackhawks. And looks like number 10, that would be Stacy. Stacy tries to clear it. Goes back into the Maple Leaf zone. Mathieu behind his own net, leaving it for Riley. The pass was a little bit too strong, and the Blackhawks have it here. That was Saint-Jacques. Saint-Jacques behind the net. Attempt at a wraparound there. Stopped by Mathieu, and the puck goes in there. Jackson McComber able to get a stick in off the rebound, and he taps it in to tie the game.
So a bit of a fun sequence there. I believe it was Tartaroff who had it on the Michigan goal, or tried to attempt there. I don't know if it hit a pad or if his stick was interfered with as he tried to lift it around the crossbar. But Jackson McComber, that's probably the easiest goal he's ever going to score, as he just sees it behind the legs of Mathieu, and he's going to tie it up easily by tucking that one home.
Like you said, the easiest goal Jackson McComber is going to score in this tournament. We've seen him working for goals all tournament long, taking great contested shots, right on the money too, but right there, an easy tap in for McComber, and the Leafs are going to try and extend this lead and get it back, get the lead back, with the Blackhawks tying it. The Blackhawks coming out strong here. McComber's still on. Looking to make something happen here. Small frame, but he hits hard. McComber, actually of Indigenous descent. He cut his hair before this tournament. You could see the wings poking out of his helmet. He has the lettuce. He has the style. He scored the goal.
Very quickly, actually, Jackson McComber's stepbrother, Darcy Lahash, was actually in our tournament during the summer as well. He played for the Little Flyers. He has quite some long hair as well.
Yeah, and the style for those in indigenous cultures, they grow out their hair long, and it looks great. McComber with the fresh cut here for this tournament, and that's Preston Potter there. Guérin is with Bujold. Guérin, quick shot on net. Off the skate of Bujold. Mathieu able to smack that one away quickly. I'm not even sure if he knew that he smacked that away with his pad. Another shot on net. That was JF Racine, and he's wide right. The Blackhawks really looking to push it here. Put in front of the net by the Blackhawks, and Mathieu's going to freeze that Bujold. Looking to put that one in.
So the goal by Jackson McComber definitely revitalized that offense for the Blackhawks. As you saw, the Maple Leafs got really took advantage of opening the scoring there, and the Blackhawks had to struggle to come back, but they did tie it up, and now because of that, they got their legs under them again. It's a brand new hockey game, anybody's hockey game. Whoever scores his next goal is going to get a lot of momentum, but the Blackhawks look to be the better team.
That was a one-time opportunity there by Cheron to Bujold, unable to capitalize, but the Blackhawks, if they keep it up at this pace, they're going to score in no time. There's number 20 for the Blackhawks. That was Dufour. Dufour again. Looks for Guérin. Guérin with the shot on net. He scores right under the blocker of Mathieu.
Yeah, Guérin, like we said, if there's going to be somebody that's going to help out as well, I know we gave some props to Keyshawn Cameron and Sharon at the beginning of this game, but Guérin, that big captain here for the Blackhawks, that's what he can do. If he gets in tight, he knows where to put the puck. He knows how to place it. Just like that, it's 2-1 Blackhawks, as we said, took the momentum with that one.
Lethal shot by Guérin there. It seems he has such a high motor. He never seems to run out of energy, and he plays quite a lot of minutes for this Blackhawks team. And the Blackhawks have truly been suffocating the Leafs right now. I know the Leafs came up with a big play, Preston Potter to Pouliot there, but besides that play, it's been mostly the Blackhawks here. We're going to see if the Leafs can answer. That's Zagara looking to clear, a little dump and chase action there. And the puck is going to be frozen by Bressi.
Yeah, Bressi with some Leafs drinking in. You don't want, because Leafs have such quick hands. You've seen like Preston Potter, Boucher, and all these guys are really, even Noah Bisson is really good in front of the goal, trying to lift the glove, if you will, and try and get at it. If you poke it free, you're not in the right position because you're down the butterfly and you think you've trapped it up. So really smart play by Bressi.
And a little bit of confusion there off the face-off. Both teams not really sure who came up with that. And here come the Blackhawks once again. That looks like Charon for the Blackhawks. Excuse me, it's actually Dylan Hugg. Dylan Hugg cornered by a couple Leafs players. Boucher comes up with it now, looking to pass it up to Bisson. Bisson isn't there. There's Jackson McComber for the Blackhawks, looking to net his second of the game. Not able to pull off the deke there. And Lacasse knocks it out of the air, tries to keep it in the zone, but it won't go. Zagara with it now. Zagara with the dump. No chase. And there's McComber. McComber to Lacasse. Excuse me, that was actually not McComber, it was Dufour, Maverick Dufour, who has it now. Maverick Dufour leaves it for Charon. Charon back to Bujold, and Bujold not able to get the shot off as it's blocked by a Maple Leaf. And that's Preston Potter coming in with speed. Preston Potter shoots it from a weird angle, but he's made those shots throughout the tournament. It's wide. Blackhawks have another chance here. That's Charon. Charon, nobody with him. He might take the shot himself, and he does. Off the pad of Mathieu. Rebound by the Blackhawks here. They're looking to reset behind the net. Leafs are pressing the issue on defense. The Leafs come up with it. That's Pouliot. Pouliot already has a goal in this one. He's dangerous with his long reach. He gives it to Sudis. Sudis tries to go 5-hole, but Bressi good at stopping that one, and Bressi with another glove save there.
So the Maple Leafs coming alive a little bit, and they're trying to set up in the offensive zone and see if they can get something going. That's another one of their strong suits. It's just a really lethal offense that they've got. If you see the big number 75 is Zagara, Fernando Zagara at the point. We know that if he has some space, he's going to walk in and he has a deadly shot. So try and see if right here Pouliot's going to come into the faceoff dot against Guérin, see if he can win it back to his big man Lincoln Hart or Zagara and set him up here.
And Pouliot's been pretty dominant on the faceoff, and you see the Maple Leafs come up with that one there. It looked like the Blackhawks were going to get that, but the Blackhawks almost actually give a chance to the Maple Leafs in front of their own net. And there's Maddox Guérin once more. He has a goal in this game. He has a teammate with him there. He's going to take it himself. And no, it won't go. The deflection by the goalie. Charon tried to knock that out of midair. Wasn't able to get that one to go. And JF Racine collects it behind his own net, looking for an opening. Back to Charon. Charon dumps it off for Guérin. Guérin right where he needed to be to retrieve that puck, and he keeps it onside. Pujol, let's see what he can do. He crosses it, and Lacasse isn't able to tap that one in across the crease. Guérin in the corner. Number 16, that was Dylan Hug wrapping around the net. Heracles Sudis in stride, loses it to Lacasse, and Lacasse past the Hug won't go, and now it's going to be a race. It's not going to be an icing call, as Dylan Hug is going to get to it first, and he's going to look for Defoe, but actually the time will expire in the first period. It's 2-1 for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, it looked to be a lot of the momentum swing in the Blackhawks' favor, despite the opening goal that we saw by the Maple Leafs. They just came right back, and they really tried to battle for it and got two quick ones to follow each other, following suit. Just a correction. They need to switch the score here, as indicated by the Blackhawks bench, because it currently says 2-1 in favor of the Maple Leafs. But as we know, the Blackhawks have the lead in this one. So yeah, as we see, I think Guérin's the one that's really been sparking the offense, as we pointed out, not just with that secondary goal that he scored, but also we've seen him very elusive to start the game, coming into the offensive zone, creating some space for himself or for a passing lane, but really getting in tight and making it difficult for Joshua Mathieu in goal for the Maple Leafs. However, if I'm the Maple Leafs, I just got to play a bit more sound defensive, see if you can push your speedy Blackhawks players to the outside, take the pucks away from him, and then really utilize the fact that you're really great on the odd man rushes. If they can try and string those together and maybe even set up in the offensive zone with the more bodies coming in, you're going to be able to pass together. You're going to be able to maybe string something together where you have a bit more of an opening or a bit more of a deceptive chance against Brezzi, who's been sharp to start the game.
Brezzi has been sharp to start the game indeed, and in regards to keeping Guérin limited to the sides of the ice, he just finds his way of getting to the middle with ease, with his quick dekes and quick stick handling. We're going to see if the Leafs can limit his play in this one. It's going to be Tarjarov for the face-off right now against Boucher for the Maple Leafs to start the second period. 2-1 Blackhawks. And the Blackhawks come up with that one. That's Lacasse, pressured by Kapolna. Lacasse leaves it for St. Jacques. St. Jacques unable to get a hand on it, a stick on it. That's Stacy to Bisson. Bisson going to get the puck out of there. And Kapolna and Boucher racing for it, but the Blackhawks get their first. Dylan Hug trying to locate the puck, and he does. But an errant pass, but it's all right because JF Racine ends up with it. JF Racine looking for a teammate. That's Lacasse, and he scores right past the left pad of Mathieu. Mathieu thought he got that one, but
I think James Lacasse thought Mathieu got that one as well. He didn't know that there was a celebration until he turned his head after firing that one. James Lacasse, a really good defender here. He plays the puck and he tracks it really well when he's in the defensive zone and even when he has to forecheck. But also one of his strong suits is how he can place the puck. And as we saw right there, beats the pad side here of Mathieu and extends the lead from 3 to, it should be 3-1. Just still a mistake on the board. It still says 3-2 here in favor of the Blackhawks, but it should be 3-1.
3-1 for the Blackhawks here, and Mathieu really thought that he had that one. A great reaction time, but unable to stretch out completely, and he saves a shot there and makes up for the last goal. You know you can't let in two in a row, and here comes Preston Potter. Lacasse with it now. Lacasse looking to do it on both ends of the ice, like he has throughout this tournament. Sudis putting the pressure on the Blackhawks defense, and there's Dylan Hug. Excuse me, that was Guérin. Guérin looking to make another play in the middle of the ice like he's so used to. And the pass to Charon off the mark. And the Leafs are going to try and collect it in their own zone, slow down this game a little bit. The Blackhawks off to a hot start. And there's Sudis. Lacasse is with him, though. Those long strides by Lacasse making it hard for Sudis to break away. Leafs fail to keep it in their own zone, but stop the Blackhawks from getting control. Pouliot. His attempt to break the line won't go. And that's Guérin. Guérin with a nice move. Pad save by Mathieu. And the puck goes in off the rebound shot by Bujold. That's another goal for the Blackhawks, 4-1 now.
Yeah, that one's just going to trickle in past the line, and as you saw, there was still a defensive play here. I believe that was Bisson who tried to get a stick on that and keep it out. Unfortunately, Felix Buchholz's shot just gets off the shoulder of Mathieu and trickles into the net. So as we see, the fast pace here of the Blackhawks seem to be a bit better than the Maple Leafs, who had a hard loss that they took against the Rangers earlier this morning, just hoping that they get their legs under them. Still plenty of time in this hockey game here. So for that reason, you don't want to count this Maple Leafs team out. But right now, with the way the Blackhawks are cooking, I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas.
No, they will not. And that was good reaction time there by Mathieu, being able to track down the dangerous Max Guérin, but not quick enough as he lets the rebound go to Bujold for his first goal of the game. And that's going to be interference against the Blackhawks, as you see Pouliot getting knocked onto the ice. And that's going to be the assistant captain for the Blackhawks. Going to the penalty box, Dylan Hugg with a 2-minute minor.
Oh, excuse me, that's JF Rassang, who is actually going to go into the box here. Number 15, JF Rassang, who's been very active on social media after the games and after the days, just recounting everything here. He's been in the penalty box a couple of times. He's a bit more of an aggressive player, but that's not too much of a bad thing when you're a defensive player. Usually in most of these leagues, there's a bit more contact and checking that is permitted, but during the tournament, the refs are going to start calling it because it becomes too much of a physical game due to there is age gaps between these players. So right there, JF Rassang just a bit too aggressive, gets called on that one.
Yeah, and him being in the box is going to be an issue for the Blackhawks as the Leafs look to make a push right now. They could score a lot of goals quickly here as we see Pouliot to Zagara. Zagara, that's an initial save by Bressi, unable to keep it though. And the Leafs regain possession on the power play. 1.5 minutes left here. Noah Bisson looking to take it up the ice, and that's Pouliot. Pouliot shoots off the glove of Bressi. Zagara on net, blocked by the skate. Number 19, St. Jacques for the Blackhawks. He's quick to get up. He looks like he's in pain, and he's going to go off the ice. Hope that he's okay there as he tries to make his way off the ice. He's still trying to make a play. Wow, you love the competitiveness, and that's a shot by Zagara. That's no good. Bisson loses it to Jackson McComber. McComber tries to hand it off, pass it off to Tarjarov, but he's unable to there. And there's Lincoln Hart, the defenseman, looking to make an impact on offense. Capona leaves it for Zagara. Zagara shoots off the blocker of Bressi. Great save by the goaltender for the Blackhawks. And there's McComber with a nifty move. Unfortunately gets stripped by Pouliot. Pouliot pass is intercepted by Lacasse. There's going to be a whistle here by the referee, and it's going to be on Lacasse. I think he tried to dump the puck, may have gone over the short side of the glass.
Well, regardless, not in the defensive zone, so it won't be delay of game. It looks like we're just going to go into the neutral zone here. No penalties going to be called on the play, and we're just going to reset. But still, the Blackhawks down a man. Keyshawn Cameron, hopefully he's okay. When he was injured on that play, he put his team in another disadvantage because they were losing another player, so it was briefly 5-on-3. He couldn't get to the bench in time.
And we have a shot here by the Blackhawks. That was Charon. Charon almost put it in the net for the 5th goal of the game for the Blackhawks
There'll
here.
Be a penalty against Lincoln Hart right here.
And Lincoln Hart is going to go to the box again after, unless there's a goal right here, and there isn't. Lincoln Hart's been in the penalty box quite a bit today.
Yeah, he had 3 penalties earlier this morning against the Rangers, and right there, Lincoln Hart just a bit too aggressive. He's going to be called for roughing in front of his own goal here as he knocks down his opposition player. Lincoln Hart going past JF Gasse and just explaining what happened as the two share a chuckle, both in the sin bin right there. So 4-on-4 hockey for the next 5 seconds here, and then you're going to have the Blackhawks on a man advantage, which is definitely not what you want to give up if you're the Maple Leafs, given the fact that you're already down 3 goals in this one.
Definitely not, and JF Racine coming out of the box. You know he's going to come out with something to prove here. As number 8, Felix Bujold, who has a goal so far, in this game, he'll take the face-off for the Blackhawks. Refs making sure everybody's lined up properly. He'll take that face-off. It looks like it's against Pouliot for the Maple Leafs. And no, that's Boucher. Boucher strategizing with Sudis and Potter, planning out how they're going to execute this one, and the refs still talking to the scorekeeper here. this gives a chance for the Maple Leafs to maybe reset.
Yeah, just reset here a little bit for the Maple Leafs. Get your feet under you, maybe discuss things a little bit. That's what we see them doing on the far side over here. As Zagara, the captain's in the mix with Boucher. Boucher's the one who's going to be in the faceoff dot, so he's indicating what's going to happen and transpire when they win it. I'm not sure if he's going to try a tie-up here or something and see if Zagara can come in and just rifle the puck down and kill the rest. Or we can't really kill the rest of the penalty because there's only 5 seconds left, but you're going to be on the penalty kill. So maybe the indication is win it back to the point, see if you can kill the penalty for Racine, and then dump it down and try and see if you can kill some more penalty in Lincoln Hart's call. But right now, I think the Blackhawks, what they're discussing is, yeah, Buchholz has a good set of hands, so he's indicating what he wants here. Guérin is number 10 here at defense, and Lacasse 41. Both excellent shooters. They both have a goal in this one, so see if they can win it off the draw.
There's Bujold against Boucher. That one goes to the Blackhawks. Guérin, dangerous as ever, to Lacasse. And you see Racine out of the penalty box looking to make an impact. Behind the net. Out of midair, Bujold trying to get his second goal of the game. Some contact there in the corner. That's Guérin that comes up with it. No call by the referee. J.F. Racine back to Guérin. Guérin going to put that one on net. It's a save by Mathieu.
Yeah, Mathieu saw that the whole way as Guérin was coming in there. Now 1:32 left in the penalty. The Lincoln Hart, it looks like the Maple Leafs are on the penalty kill. So that's the discussion that's been happening with Boucher right now, as they haven't had a lot of action to move. They are going to change the lineups, I believe. No, they're going to just send Nimo Bisson and Pierre-Alexis Pouliot back to the bench here. See if the Maple Leafs can win the draw and send it right back down.
There's Boucher and Bujold again. That one's going to go to the Leafs, and they're going to dump it. No icing call due to the penalty. And Preston Potter looking to press the issue here against J.F. Racine. J.F. Racine controls it behind his own net, and there he goes now, crossing the blue line at center ice. He's going to take it coast to coast. Racine looking for the pass. He passes it off to Bujold. Bujold's been dangerous in this one, hands it off to Guérin. Guérin, the left circle there, back to Racine. Racine doesn't really have a shot. Set Guérin up. Lacasse on net. It's going to be no good for the Blackhawks. Pouliot going to bring it up with steam for the Leafs. Flicks it behind the net for Potter to retrieve. Potter, he's there. He shoots a rare miss on a 2-on-0 opportunity for the Leafs. He had Pouliot right there with him. And here comes Sudis. Heracles Sudis shoots it on net. Saved by the blocker of Bresci. The Blackhawks looking to extend their 4-1 lead. 19 seconds left on the power play. Guérin's there. Guérin tries to give it to Dufour. He's not there. Guérin. One-timer by Lacasse, deflected and out of bounds.
Absolute howitzer that was slapped there by James Lacasse, but the stick of Fernando Zagara gets in the way there. Once again, the Blackhawks have been ever dangerous in this game and ever present around the offensive zone. It looks like the Maple Leafs just can't really catch a break. Not only are you down 3 goals and a man right now, but the Blackhawks have just looked hungry to get the scoring up more and more in their favor. I guess points and goals do matter, but the standings won't really, because this game doesn't really change anything in positioning. But at the same time, the Blackhawks strutting their stuff right before postseason.
And we have the Blackhawks here continuing to strut their stuff. As Connor said, J.F. Racine behind the net. It's collected by St. Jacques. St. Jacques here, the power play ends for the Blackhawks. So it's 5-on-5 hockey here. Puck intercepted, and this is going to be a breakaway for Noah Bisson if he could speed up a little bit. Noah Bisson, top shelf, and it's good. 4-2 for the Blackhawks. Bisson cuts into the lead a little bit.
So this is what we said. The odd man rushes, which is a 1-on-0, so it does qualify as an odd man rush. J.F. Racine trying his best to try and hound down Bisson, but just the puck sort of bouncing up right there, and that's a really good idea for him to just try and whack at it, and he places it perfectly. Usually a bouncing puck or a standing up puck is hard to handle, but he places it beautifully over the shoulder blocker side there of Bresci, and just like that, the Maple Leafs find themselves back in this game, only down 2 goals. As you can see, maybe it's not always about the Blackhawks who can, hold on to the puck for a long period of time. The Maple Leafs show what they can do on an odd man rush and beat you to it.
And here is another opportunity for the Maple Leafs. That's Sudis. Sudis on net. He's wide right, but
there is going to be a penalty.
And there will be a penalty there on the Blackhawks. Looks like Sudis got hit. Got decked. He was able to get up just fine, though. That's Dufour going into the penalty box for the Blackhawks. This is a great opportunity for the Leafs.
Yeah, another great opportunity. See if they can set up there. Zagara is a good defender that they want to put at the point and see if he can gonna rifle over a shot. But I'd almost be tempted to put him on the wing position and see if he can screen Brezzi. Brezzi is about an average height goaltender, but as we pointed out, Zagara is like 6'5" without skates on, so good 6'7" when they are on, enough another 50 pounds on most of the kids in this tournament as well, as he handles the puck so well at the point as we see.
And one time, opportunity by Lincoln Hart, and the Blackhawks unable to get a stick on that. Brezzi unable to get a glove on it, and Zagara has it once again, broken up by Bujold. Bujold, dangerous with the puck he is. And wow, and it's saved by Mathieu, stopped by Potter there with the assist. Bujold looked like he was going to net his second goal of the game. 1 minute and 20 seconds on the power play for the Leafs. Lincoln Hart's pass is intercepted. There's Racine all by himself. And he scores a beautiful goal. He puts his stick through his own legs and flips it up past the glove of Mathieu. Wow.
It's not always something that you see up 2 goals is trying out the hot dog move, but Felix Bujold almost pulled something off the Datsuki and Deke that Mathieu spoiled initially, and JF Racine said, okay, well, how about I try you one better, and just like that, moved the stick even farther away from his far side, completely between his legs, and just rifled it high. Mathieu looked like he got the glove on it initially. It just trickled right over him, like similar to the Bujold goal we saw earlier, just like that, 5-2 for the Blackhawks.
Ridiculous goal there by Racine. You know that one's going to be on the highlight reel. He's going to be talking about that one on social media. And now we have Stacy for the Leafs. There's Sudis, one-timer, and that's a goal for the Leafs. That's Noah Bisson with his second goal in the past minute now. Noah Bisson hasn't scored a lot of goals in this tournament, but in this game he's coming up big.
But guess who sets him up once again? Preston Potter. And as soon as that cross-crease pass one time goes into the back of the net, both players pointing at one another and saying, hey, thank you for that one. That one's on you. No, you're the man. No, you're the man. No, you're in the man. Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
Hey, look at us. Only down 2 goals once again with 2:53 left in the second period. Still a lot of time here to try and do some damage. Again, this is a good Maple Leafs offense, and they've seen they're still fighting and still staying in this one, despite Blackhawks looking like the stronger team at many sequences.
Good effort by Mathieu there to clear the puck away. As you mentioned, the Blackhawks have looked like the better team here, but all it takes is just one breakout play, and the Leafs are back in it now within 2 like they were earlier before the goal, the hot dog move by JF Racine. And there's Preston Potter coming in with speed, and he gets stripped by the Blackhawks. You know he's going to want that one back as he puts the pressure on Lacasse. Lacasse dumps it off into the zone. And no icing call here, it seems. And that's Pulio collecting the puck for the Leafs. He has Potter on his right side. Pulio is taking it coast to coast. Tries to hand it off to Potter there. But Potter didn't make the right read. And that's Stacy in his own zone. Going behind the net now for Potter. But that's Jackson McComber. Jackson McComber, and a shot there by Dylan Hugg. The Blackhawks almost came away with one there.
Dylan Hugg embracing the opportunity, if one might say. Yeah, Blake's laughing at that one. I'm going to take credit. That's what, the 5th dad joke I think I made today? Anyways, nobody's keeping track except for me. Dylan Hugg tried to move in right there. Good right shot defender. Hasn't had too many goals in this tournament, but again, he is a defenseman, so you're not going to get a lot of stats on the stat sheet that way, but still really good presence there by Mathieu to shut it down.
Just remember, Connor, we're capping you off at 10 dad jokes.
That's
so
fair. That's fair.
And there's Dylan Hugg again after the shot attempt. That's a backhand attempt there off the Deke. Unable to go in there. Zagara clears the puck successfully. Looks like it's going to be no icing here. Jackson McComber out of bounds over the short side of the boards, and it's in his own zone.
So it's delay of game.
Yeah, it's going to be a delay of game. The rules are a little bit iffy here with the boards being a little bit lower on that end of the ice.
It was initially when we've been discussing this a couple times throughout the tournament, it was my understanding that the shorter boards may make it that if it touches and it goes out, it won't be delay of game, but it is clear in the defensive zone that it will be called that. So Keyshawn Cameron, despite the fact that he's upset and he is indicating that it touches skate, the referee disagrees and will send him off. So the Maple Leafs only down 2 goals. Their special teams could take advantage here. As is it actually Keyshawn St. Jacques, excuse me, is his name. Have we been making a mistake this whole time? It's hard to tell. We're getting updated rosters live and frequently throughout this tournament. Apologies to any of the families if we messed up names. Please do let us know. We are active on social media and would very much appreciate taking requests and just corrections going forward, especially with playoffs coming up.
And there's Guérin with a full head of speed, stripped by the Maple Leafs, unable to ingest the defense there. That's Pouliot. Pouliot tries to dump it off to Sudas. Sudas unable to control it. The Leafs actually do keep it in the zone. Pouliot, they're looking to make a move. Zagara recovers it for the Leafs. Backhand attempt, wide right. And Lacasse elects to just dump it into the Leafs zone. 45 seconds left in the second period. A minute and 15 on the power play for the Leafs here. And that's Zagara taking it coast to coast. One-timer to Pouliot. Pouliot with his second goal of the game. Just seems like all the Leafs need is one break, one opportunity to take it from one side of the ice to the other. Another great setup.
Well, that's just Fernando Zagara using his long reach and his bigger frame to keep the puck on his stick, and just really good patience as Pouliot comes in barreling down. He knows that he has the open opportunity, puts himself in the right place. He's done that a lot during this tournament, especially today and in this matchup. And so just like that, only down one goal. Like we said, the Maple Leafs can always be in this game due to their opponent offense, and it looks like now they've come alive and look like the better team.
We're being treated to a high-scoring game now between two very potent offenses as we see JF Racine here looking to score his second.
My goodness.
And that was a close one. Was able to deke out Mathieu, but unable to squeak that one in. And the Leafs looking to press the issue here. There's Noah Bisson looking for the hat trick, putting the pressure on the defense. Now the Leafs hungry for another goal, looking to tie this one up. Lincoln Hart can't locate the puck, and he's battling off three Chicago Blackhawks now, all by himself. And Boucher comes up with it, but not enough time left on the scoreboard. The buzzer sounds. That's the end of the second. 30 seconds left on the power play. Actually, no, excuse me. The power play is now over due to the goal by Pouliot, so 5-4 going into the third period, Connor.
That's it. So definitely a nail-biter of a bar burner, if you will, for here that we're getting traded to, as it looked like the Maple Leafs were going to pull away. Initially had that 3-goal lead, and just like that, that gap is absolutely narrowed. Dante Brezzi was really sharp earlier on, but now he's just having to deal with some opportunities that are really difficult for him to manage because they are so far across crease. He just can't get that toe across quick enough. But the Maple Leafs need to keep their foot on the gas here, tie up this game. Still about 10 minutes left to play. If we look at the time as well, it's 12:55 a.m. And a reminder that at 1:05 the game might be called, but as well there is like roughly a 3 or 4 hour break in between, so there's a good chance they might just let all the time play out here. But yeah, as you said, Blake, just an absolute joy to call this game, given the fact that it is a comeback potentially brewing. Knock on the table to make sure there's no bad luck that I'm putting against the Maple Leafs, which is something I don't usually say as an actual Habs fan in reality.
In this case, we don't mind seeing the Maple Leafs do well. We love seeing all of the teams perform at a high level, and we appreciate a high-scoring game as well as a close one, which we have here at the Pierrefonds Sports Complex. This is the NHL Kids Tournament. This is the last game of the regular season. So as we mentioned before, nothing really at stake here for this game, but an opportunity to gain some momentum going into the playoffs. Two very good teams here, and bragging rights is always on the table, right? So we have the Toronto Maple Leafs, just the Maple Leafs. We're not in Toronto right now. The Pierrefonds Maple Leafs, the Little Leafs, lining up for the face-off to start the third period. That's Boucher and Guérin. That one's going to go to the Blackhawks. Racine in his own zone passes it up. That's Guérin, number 10, looking like Guy Lafleur. He shoots above the post, above the crossbar, and there the puck sails out of bounds again. That might be a delay of game again.
No. The indication there by the far referee was that it did touch off a stick, which is always a really funny signal because it looks like he's making it rain, quite frankly. But right there, as you see, that did go off a stick and out of play. The Blackhawks sort of coming alive again. If there's somebody that's going to set the tone, I think it's somebody who's been doing it all day, and that's Guérin, the captain here for the Blackhawks. See what he can do off the draw.
He wins the draw there, leaving it for his teammate, and that's blocked by the blocker of Mathieu. No potential. Looked like it was going to be a one-time attempt there by Racine. Racine with a wrist shot from the blue line. That's no good. Lacasse doing his best to shoot that, and that was a rebound by Dylan Hug. Hug unable to put that one in. Excuse me, that was Guérin, the captain. The Blackhawks really pressing the Maple Leafs right now. The Blackhawks really don't want to give up this lead after being up by 3 when it was 5-2. It's now 5-4, and Bisson dumps it into the zone for Preston Potter. Unable to collect it, but Zagara keeps it onside. Zagara not able to get a shot off, but he collects it again. It's hard to strip Zagara of the puck. He puts it behind the net for his team. That looks like Pulio, and Zagara loses it. This is going to be a potential breakaway, but it's Guérin being challenged by Lincoln Hart, and Guérin shoots it way high there.
Sorry to cut you off there, Blake. Way to take the angle there by Lincoln Hart, chasing down Guérin, who's got a lot of speed coming in. Hart making sure he takes the right angle and positions himself on the back skate to try and move the body and to force Guérin to come in front of him. So for that shot, that's why he gets his stick now in the way. Guérin, we've seen how elite he can be with his howitzers today. So getting your stick down defensively by Lincoln Hart and helping your goaltender is very much appreciated.
And I'll hop on your pun wave, Connor. Lincoln Hart showing a lot of heart on that play.
I'm about to take off the headset. I'm about to walk away.
And then the Maple Leafs behind their own net. Blackhawks looking to retrieve it there. That's St. Jacques. St. Jacques unable to win the battle against the 2 Maple Leafs, but he has some help by Tarjarov, excuse me. Jules Tarjarov, number 3. And there's the Blackhawks again here. Jackson McComber loses it. Pulio, 2 goals in this one. He's been a machine all tournament. Beautiful move, and another one-timer scored by the Leafs. That's Noah Bisson with the hat trick off the pass by Pouliot. This team has been connecting on all cylinders, and now the game is tied 5-5.
So a lot of that applause should go to Pouliot, who just had undressing 2 men in front of him and then got the goalie to bite, and then with good patience feeds it right over to Bisson. Is that his 3rd goal of the game? That's a hat trick there for Noah Bisson. Oh my goodness, what a comeback here by the little Maple Leafs, and it's a brand new hockey game with 7:55 left in the 3rd. Wow, it's just been an absolute joy we're being treated to today, and it's not because of lack of good goaltending performances. It's just really good chances that are being made here by both these teams to create these opportunities.
This is exactly what we signed up for, commentating for the NHL Kids Tournament. So much talent, and we're being treated to a show right now. You can tell the tensions are high between both teams playing at such a high pace. There's number 23, Charon. Charon tries to cross it, and Guérin looking to put one in. Charon shoots off the stick of Mathieu, and the Leafs need to get it out of their own zone now and maybe get their first lead of the game here. Potter with a chance now. He gets to the puck, and no, the ref is going to say that the Blackhawks were there first. I believe that was Keyshawn St. Jacques racing with Potter, or it could have been Felix Bujold. It looks like Bujold, and the Leafs are not happy with that call.
Yeah, Fernando Zagara asking for an explanation here with the referee. The referee's going to give it to him. It's amazing how big Zagara is. I know we've been pointing that out a lot, but he is very much looking down at the referee, and I have to chuckle because it's very reminiscent of my youth back in the day of being a very tall man. Of course, I was not even close to the talent that Zagara or any of these kids have in the tournament, but still a lot of fun for me to watch.
Yeah, Zagara, a man amongst boys there as he dumps it for Potter. No icing call there as Potter gets to it first. They're going to call icing.
Okay, so that's a disagreement here between 2 referees. The far referee here, who was closer, waved it off, and then the referee that was to our right here, as we hear some boo birds in the crowd here. The boo birds coming from some Flyers players that are actually coming in to treat this game, as it seemed to be a disagreement here. Potter should have beaten them to the puck and should have been called off, but I guess it was shot down too quickly for them to deem it icing.
I don't understand that call. We could have somebody in the press box for the referees who has the Blackhawks money line here. And you see the Maple Leafs getting frustrated now. Bujold puts it on net just wide right. And Mathieu dives across the crease. But that's a goal. The ref never blew the whistle. And the captain, Guérin, taps that one in. It looked like Mathieu had a glove on that to freeze the puck.
Initially a really good play here by Mathieu, who actually whacked it away with the poke check, but it looked like it hit off Fernando Zagara's stick and trickled towards Guérin. Some Maple Leafs fans here are upset with this one. They're yelling towards the referee. They've definitely been dissatisfied with the calls today. They thought it was either frozen up or there was interference with the goaltender, as we see Fernando Zagara, who is going into the dot to speak with the referee here once again. But the Maple Leafs, they tried so hard to come back in this game and tie it up, and now they're down another deficit, just a one-goal deficit again. Still some time left, 6:43 left to play here, boys. You've had a lot of good momentum. Don't take your foot off the gas. You're right back in it.
And this is the type of stuff that separates the composed players from the players that let their emotions get the best of them, right? The Leafs did a great job of erasing that 5-2 lead to tie at 5-5. Now they find themselves behind by a goal again. They got to stick to their guns right now. His parents are very upset with the referees here. And the Blackhawks looking to get the puck out of their zone. It's hard to hear right now with all the commotion.
I recommend the Maple Leafs crowd do settle down a little bit. You will get a match penalty, and they will kick you out. If anything, you don't want to put you guys at another disadvantage.
As we saw earlier in the tournament, one of the coaches for the Red Wings,
Ryan Liverman, yes, he was kicked out for arguing with the referee.
And then they called a penalty on one of his players as he was leaving the ice there. So the referee's not afraid to discipline the players here for the actions of others. And we see Potter here with his stick against, that looks like Racine, or it could be Dylan Hug against the boards now. Blackhawks try to get it off the boards, collected by Racine. So that was Dylan Hug against the boards. Move by McComber. McComber has some slick mitts, and he's very, very nimble on the ice. But there is Preston Potter looking to tie the game. And that puck sails out of bounds off the glove of Gressy.
Yeah, it's going to be a souvenir for the Zamboni driver as that goes into his little den on the far side there. Ever dangerous is Preston Potter coming in with that one. We know how elite his shot can be, but really good glove there by Dante Bressi, who's keeping the Blackhawks in this game.
And 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. 1 minute left in real time. We're going to hope and pray that they let this one play out, as we don't have any games for the next couple hours here. As we see Guérin, there's 2 goals in this game, looking to make another one happen here with the backhand. It's no good. The Blackhawks, it's number 23, Charon, unable to get a shot off, and Pulio looking to push the agenda for the Leafs. That's Lincoln Hart helping as well. Hart able to keep it out of the zone, and they didn't want to go offside. That's Sudis now battling with Bujold. And there's a hit against the boards. That's Bujold with the haymaker on Lincoln Hart. Lincoln Hart struggling to get up, and there's no call by the referee there. We're going to see how this one unfolds. They pause the play for now.
I believe it's because they lost sight of the puck. That's why they called it there. As it was for there's pushing and shoving. Come on, we have to break things up here, boys. The 2 guys are going to be tossed now. Lincoln Hart is one of them, and I believe it's Buchholz on the, or no, Maverick Dufour. Nope, Dufour's not in the mix. I'm trying to see who the player is. Is it Charon? We're about to see as he comes out for the Blackhawks here. No, it is Buchholz who's going to be called for that one. So him and Lincoln Hart are both going to be in the box here, as it looks like a bit of an either instigating or an obstruction call for both of them.
And you hate to see that for both teams losing 2 key players. It looks like Lincoln Hart was hit. Actually, it's just going to be a penalty on both of these players. They're going to stay in the game. Lincoln Hart was hit against the boards there by Bujold, and the reaction from Lincoln Hart indicated that he was not happy with that there.
Well, I tell you, he's been having a lot of conversations with Gabriel, one of the photo people here in the tournament. I think we should almost name and honor the penalty box after Lincoln Hart, which I know he wouldn't be appreciative of, but he keeps just getting the discipline calls called against him, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's his 5th penalty in the last 2 games. And that's Zagara there, looking to clear it for the Maple Leafs. Leafs fans are enraged right now as they don't like the calls. That should have been offside, but it's not going to be offside. Sudis shoots and he scores! And there's a fight right now between the Leafs and the Blackhawks. Tensions are high now. It's hard to tell now if Sudis actually put the puck in the net. I think he did. And Zagara skating away now.
I don't always see Fernando Zagara getting upset as 2 guys are going to be in the box. Racine and Zagara are still chirping at one another here. These are 2 very good, strong players. Zagara definitely a captain who's had enough of this game, and he wanted to step in and make a good call. I'm not somebody who condones any degree of actions of violence typically, but Zagara as a leader in hockey, it's the culture is you are guilty until proven innocent. I think right there Zagara just had enough of the instigation for both sides, so it's not going to be a goal. It's going to be deemed a save here or a stoppage in play. And 2 guys in the box again.
I would not mess with Fernando Zagara no matter what he did. With the big frame there, he's a dangerous player to mess with. And there's Sudis. Thought he had a goal there. And the Leafs looking to make a push here. It's 4-on-4 hockey. Excuse me, it's actually still 5-on-5 hockey, as all 4 players in the penalty box are going to serve that penalty together, and we have the Blackhawks trying to run away with this game. St. Jacques there. Now Pouliot with it. Pouliot with a nifty move, but he's stripped by Lacasse. You see Capolna on the ground now, and players getting hit left and right. The referees aren't making any calls. Fans for both teams are livid at the moment. And now a chance for Guérin as Pouliot lost control of the puck. What is going on here at the Pierrefonds Sports Complex? It's been an amazing game so far. A lot of stuff happening right now in the third period. Potter, his shot is wide right. And this is going to be another chance for the Leafs here. That's Targeroff. Targeroff with a shot on net. That's wide as well, off the mark. And the Blackhawks collected in the neutral zone and reset on defense. Tipped off the stick of Preston Potter. And Ryan Stacey is going to try and get that out of the zone. He does. That might be an icing call. No, it's not. It doesn't have enough juice on it to reach behind the net. Dylan Hug now. He has McComber with him. Looks for McComber. Pass is blocked off. And that's going to be an opportunity here for Bisson. Bisson had a hat trick in this game already. Puck collected by Stacey. Capolna trying to get his stick on it. That's going to be an offside call on the Blackhawks. Connor, voice is getting a little tired here from this game. A lot of stuff going on. Break it down for us. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Well, there's so much to unpack here. As you said, 2:32 left. Still only down 1 goal. So I'm going to be looking over at Mathieu and wondering if at any point the Maple Leafs will pull the goaltender with the fast-paced end-to-end hockey that we've been seeing. It's getting a little amped up in emotions. As he claims that there was a slash in tight, still yelling at this one. Between the two referees, one of them is getting a lot more of the brunt of the action than the other one, most likely because he's been dissatisfied with his calls throughout the tournament as well. I'm not going to lie, there's been some dissatisfaction by these parents, these fans, and these players.
And there's Bujold out the box. Bujold off the blocker of Mathieu, big save. And there's Bujold behind the net there. The Leafs trying to get it out of their zone desperately with 2 minutes left. They need to tie this game, and there's the person they wanted to get it to, Preston Potter. Preston Potter gets hit against the boards there. No call by the referees. Ryan Stacey trying to get it back to him. And the Blackhawks are going to get it out of their zone. Now this will be an icing call.
So we're going to go all the way back here, as so much yelling has been going on by both sides here. There's some Flyers players. I see Dylan Lucier from the Bruins, who's also there instigating with the referee. Yeah, there's a lot of action that's been going on. Hopefully we stay a bit calmer here. There's still 1:54 left to play, but the intensity is high, and it makes for some great hockey and some great drama right now.
And this might be the game of the tournament so far, with tension so high. There's nothing actually on the line for this game, but it feels like everything is on the line. Blackhawks versus Leafs. We see the face-off. That's Boucher and Guérin. Boucher takes that one. Blackhawks have possession of it. Stacey tries to keep it in the Blackhawks zone, and he does. Boucher chasing down Bujold. Unable to get a hand on it. That's Guérin.
Is that a delay of game, question mark?
Looks like it. Exclamation point.
Thank you, Blake, for having my back with the grammar there. But yeah, no, it looks like there's not going to be a call. Maverick Guérin, it looked like he was clearing it there. Yeah, no, they're finally a good call by the referee here, who saw it clearly. It is going to be delay of game, and Guérin should be in the box, but that was the call, no?
I think so. Good call by the referee there, but honestly, might have to keep one eye peeled as he's going into the parking lot after the tournament today. And it's going to be 5-on-5 hockey now. They're just going to reset. And parents are extremely
there.
upset.
Now it is. Guérin goes to the box for delay of game. That's the call. That's a good call. I know some parents are definitely upset right here, but Guérin did have a clear delay of game call as he just got under it a bit too much. As we see some of the players here on the far side are yelling at the referee. It's the smaller referee, I think, taking the brunt of all of this.
And these players...
Check over your shoulder when you go to the parking lot. I think that's the only advice I can give them right now. It's a lot of high intensity in this arena.
Yeah. Wow, we have the Leafs putting the pressure on. It seems like all the players attending this game are Leafs fans right now, feeling for the Leafs players. And there's an opportunity for Pouliot. Pouliot in front of the net. And that was trying over there. Save by Bressi. That was Boucher trying to shove it in there. You see the players so loud right now, led by Dylan Lucien, scored 4 goals last night. Here's a face-off again in the Blackhawks zone. Boucher there, and that's covered up by Bressie.
Yeah, we're definitely hearing the song that every hockey player knows the words to, Ref, you suck. Those are the 3 words that we hear echoing out the arena. Number 3 here, really high intensity. As much as, yes, there was just some frustration, you don't want to see too much either violence or high emotions. The intensity is what makes hockey beautiful.
And a lot of the face-offs are being won right now by the Maple Leafs, but the Maple Leafs unable to get shots on net. That's Bisson. Bisson, is he going to shoot again for his 4th? And it's deflected. Zagara, and it scores! Zagara ties the game. The PK Subban celebration. Fans in the arena are going crazy. The players are going crazy. And you got to love that for the Maple Leafs as they storm their captain, tying it 6-6 with a minute to go.
Blake, when they were down 4-1, who did I say was the one to get them back into it? The captain, Fernando Zagara. Down a goal right there, moves in, a lead shot, and we hear ole, ole, ole chanting out here, and it's a really good intensity here. We have a magnificent goal performances here. Mathieu is getting some assistance here by Zagara, Christopher Zagara, the brother of Fernando, with his equipment here. It's a 6-6 brand new hockey game, 106 left. Guys, if you haven't tuned into this one and you're understanding what's going on, you've missed quite a show.
And we hope there's going to be an overtime here if there's no winner, because we need to see a winner of this game. There's Zagara again with it, trying to get it out of the zone. Guérin, and that's Boujon, whiffs on it. That's a big hit laid on Boujon there by Bisson. And there comes the Maple Leafs. The Leafs, Pouliot, unable to get a shot off, cross the crease to Potter, unable to get the shot off as well. The fans are going crazy here. It's hard not to root for the Leafs right now. And there's Pouliot. Wow, what a treat with 30 seconds left. Pouliot tries to give it to Lincoln Hart. There's hits being laid on the players right now. There's no calls by the referee. Jackson McComber for the Blackhawks now tries to go through the legs of Zagara. Zagara's going to flip it up out of his zone. And here is a 2-on-1. Preston Potter tries to pass it, but a great defensive effort by Dufault. The Blackhawks with 7 seconds left. Tripping call there. Lincoln Hart's happy with that. Here. And there's Preston Potter shoots, and it's no good. And that's the end of this game. Wow. Fans are going crazy here in the Pierrefonds Sports Complex. Players are cheering. The Leafs are celebrating as if they won. They did, in fact, tie this game up at 6-6. And what a show by the Leafs and the Blackhawks.
To say the least, what a game, huh? The comeback that we all wanted. Both these teams look so electric in this one. You're almost happy to say it was a tie in the end, despite the fact you'd love a winner in this one. Just absolutely great intensity. What a great game right before we head into the playoffs.
I myself was nervous calling that game, even though I wasn't even on the ice there. What a show put on by these two teams, and that's going to be all. The last game before the playoffs for Connor Tomilty. I'm Blake Saraga. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.